Hello and welcome back, fellow Vikings, to episode 14 of the Valheim Adventure Survival Let's Play series. It's been a long time since my last adventure to the mountains, but needless to say, I've had a good time away, and I'm very excited to see you all again. And in this episode, I've got some pretty cool stuff to share with you all, including this amazing swamp harbor that I have built, along with a few other unknown Vikings who you will soon find out their names. But with that said, relax and enjoy the adventure. Alright, so since last episode, I've basically, well, done a lot. Done a lot, for that matter. I've built this beautiful harbor that I will give you a tour of very soon and continue working on in this episode a little bit. But, well, I've had a good break. I've had a lot of work going on in my life, a lot of other great things too, and a lot of Valheim, but we are still in the same world as last time. This beautiful swamp seed that I loved on the map, and this will be the beginnings of a big village that I, along with two other Vikings, my brother and sister, who will join probably in the next episode, have been planning out and working on. So let me give you a bit of a background and a bit of a location and update as to where we are so far. So if I open the map here, well, you can see that I died, but we can get rid of that now. The location here is beautiful. We have the trader up here. We have the massive swamp, which my brother and sister have been going around marking all of the crypts in. And we have the swamp harbor here, meadows, turns into black forest, plains, as well as a big mountain biome over here that I have not yet gone to, but it is there. Nevertheless, we have reset the map a bit so that my brother and sister can come on, and I have caught them up to speed to be able to take on the swamps. And that has also been part of the reason I have not posted in a while, because I figured the adventure would be a lot of fun with a few more Vikings to share it with. So they have been getting ready and doing a lot of survival stuff in another world that we kind of created to get them up to speed, get them through the meadows, through the black forest, and into the swamp so that they are feeling confident now. And with that said, let's start with a little tour of this swamp harbor that we've been working on. So basically, from a distance here, this is what it looks like. Just a beautiful swamp sort of house. And the purpose for that is to give you a little area where you can kind of relax when you're waiting for the boats to come back. Got a nice big deck. And we can go through here, which is just nice and open. We have some temporary beds placed so that we can sleep the night, some temporary cooking stuff, so kind of a mini kitchen, and some food chests here, as well as the cartography table, and two beautiful darkwood doors, which we managed to get a couple pieces of tar from the plains, but worry not, the plains will be coming soon. But first we will have to tackle the mountains after the swamps here. So, as I've said in other episodes, it's just a slow, relaxed gameplay with a lot of building and inspiration for all of you. So moving on back here, we have the large dock here, where you can get onto the longship, as well as a little ladder. Getting into this upstairs area, a little reading storage nook, and a nice overlook of the harbor here. So the reason we kind of wanted this harbor to be in the swamps is that it just kind of made sense with these two large trees that were here to have the water kind of spill into the swamp area here and then eventually create a big tree village in the trees that kind of weaves throughout above the harbor. So that will be coming in future episodes. But for now, the swamp is kind of the main home base. So aside from the little inn right here, not really an inn, but the little house with the little kitchen, we now wrap around here, and I'm working currently on a massive storage room. This will be our main storage room for all of our goods and items. with the purpose of being able to come off the ships. The long ship's over there, the carve is over here, and we have some nice little stairs going into the water, and we can essentially bring the cart down here, load it up with the resources that we get from our travels, and then we will have access to all of these chests, which I've started kind of creating half of it, but we have all the chests on this side, all the chests on the outside. This other half is going to be pretty much the same. We'll have a nice little back door here to go into that section of the swamps. And then a nice little hallway with some chests under the stairs. And another ladder going up to the second level. We have a nice little chest here, a little hallway with some regular chests and some iron chests now that we are in the swamp. You'll notice I'm using a little bit more iron in the builds just to add some more character. And some nice little stools to kind of sit on and again overlook the harbor here. So I'm really enjoying the vibe of this kind of swamp harbor, kind of just circling the little boat area. It feels very safe and protected and very natural with the way of the terrain. So secondary entrance or exit to this storage building is this little dock that I have made that kind of just is, I guess, a little bit of an easier, straight, direct access to the storage, as well as kind of turning here to potentially add a section where we could do like a staircase to wind up the tree to kind of create that tree village there. That could be a potential entrance. So with that said, I think today will be a bit of working on finishing up this storage area. But before I do, I'll show you the last little section of the harbor. First, we have some stairs over here for kind of a back entry to take the cart out or venture into the swamps. You can see I have had the jogger fang bow from last episode, and I cannot aim at all without the HUD turned on. I think that's what it's called. But you can see that I can basically, not quite one shot, but a 2-star jogger is definitely a bit more difficult. See if I can block it. I can! So my upgraded iron buckler can now block a 2-star jogger, which is really quite good. You can see I'm back in the root armor, even though I did get some wolf armor in last episode. But we're back in the swamps, so the root armor just fits the vibe here. But that said, we have the small storage sort of outlook dock here for the carve. So we just have a bunch of labeled chests here. I can put on my diverger circle that I bought from the trader so you can see this a little better. But torch fuel, wood, stone, mob drops, a bunch of kind of dump chests here that we can start filling up with things as we begin to obtain them. And that will basically allow us to kind of have some quick chests we can drop stuff off, and then take the cart through here, load up from these chests, and then take them over to the massive storage building to officially organize. So that's basically the plan here. And before I can get building, the amazing part of the swamps is that you do have to be on your toes because many things will try and come after you. And we are close to the plains as well here, so we do have the risk of a few fuelings who have made their way by. So I have taken out a couple of fuelings, and very shortly we'll also have to be taking out a lox, or a few loxes, or locks. I don't know how they would be plural, but if we head over here, I can show you kind of the meadows area of where we plan to continue the village. I have to kill a few things that are destroying our portals from the Elder and Eikther. And over here we have a little temporary shed with some crafting stuff that looks like it has been visited by a bunch of necks and greylings, so we'll have to do a bit of repairs. We do have a troll just kind of wandering around there in the woods, so I'll probably have to take that out from the Black Forest. And over there we do have some locks in the distance. So with that said, let me actually take out this troll here quick, and I'll show you. I've been getting a little better at parrying and meleeing trolls. And voila. So, I have gained a lot of confidence in fighting since the last episode, as you may have already figured out. I can now melee a troll with my root armor. because my blocking skill is definitely a bit higher now. I have blocking now at 21, which is really great. So right here on the edge of the meadows, we have the beginnings of our little farm here, our little beehive here, which I love this little design kind of overlooking the water, because the farm was something we spent a bit of time on in the beginning because it is an essential piece of the village. So this little shed is kind of temporary. We will eventually have a full-on workshop and forge and bakery and you name it. Every building is going to be in this little village, and we're going to kind of create a little lake town alongside this ocean stretch here. You can see we have a big mountains there straight ahead, as well as a mountains straight ahead behind that tree in the plains biome. So we've been trying not to aggro these loxes over here so that they don't end up, well, they could probably kill us very quickly. So you will probably witness us fighting a lox when my other two fellow Vikings join in next episode. But we have some raspberries and some hunting, some deer, some boar. So we are well off to begin our adventure here, which I'm very happy about. I really do love this location here. And right here we have a big stretch of ocean that we can just keep sailing up and down to transport resources from all sorts of biomes. This is a little tent under the roots of the tree that the other fellow Viking, my brother Soulgazer, has built under here. So nice little sweet hangout area, a little fire. Looks like it needs a little piece of wood on there to keep it going. And nice little chest and sitting log. So he used the roots of the tree to create a very cozy little shack there, which is quite beautiful. So that's kind of the goal for these episodes, as I've said, is to create these beautiful builds that kind of just tie into nature and really create a beautiful, consistent village, sort of with our own building code and creativity. So now that you guys are a little bit more updated from last episode, let's start working a little more on this storage room. So first of all, chests are a lot of wood. So I'm gonna go chop down a few trees to begin with. All right. It is getting late in the evening now, but we are definitely acquiring the wood we need at a good pace with this upgraded iron axe. So I'm very happy about that. Alright, so we now have a few hundred wood here stacked along the little outpost here. So that should be good. It is now nighttime, so I will head to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, it is now early morning, and we can begin building the amazing storage place here. So I think I'm gonna lay out this half of it to be pretty much identical to this half. Aside from the fact that this half we're gonna kind of put some chests under the stairs, and this half we're gonna have chests kind of going along the entire wall here, with this sort of X hallway in here, so we can access all the chests and feel like it's spacious yet very packed with a lot of room for a tight, cozy looking build here. So let's get started. Oh, we have a few things to take care of first. Alright, there we go. We should be safe again. And we are gaining good ingredients to start making some really high quality swamp foods with. So to start out this build, I think what I'm gonna do is take some 1 meter poles to kind of set the level for the next floor. And then we're gonna go grab some chests with the latch facing to the left. I like to phase them into the front beam about halfway. It just makes the access a bit cleaner looking and easier. And we're gonna place these until we run out of wood, essentially. And we're already out, so chests are definitely expensive. When they are 10 wood each, it definitely gets very, very pricey very, very fast. So we're just gonna create this whole bottom row, and I'll see you guys when we're done creating this bottom row here. So I placed those, and I'm gonna finish placing them on this side here. Alright, so they are done on this side. Now I'm just gonna take the 2 meter poles, place them like so. And then we're going to trim it all out for level number 2 for the chests. So I'm just gonna kind of put a bunch of trim just like so. And I'm gonna leave this wall actually completely clear of trim. We're just gonna put a piece kind of out like that. And then we are gonna go on the front side here and finish it off. And this, basically, you don't need to kind of do this trim, but it allows to put signs on each one of these beams in between the chests to basically indicate what will be in each chest. So it's an easy way to organize really nicely. So I believe the way I had the floor facing was this way, so I'm going to go ahead and add a floor in between all of this trim here. And we need another stack of wood. Perfect. And I can start getting these chests on over here. Basically doing the same thing I did with the first floor. So we can basically stack those chests as well as just placing a little 1 meter hole right in the middle there to indicate the level for the next floor. So that's how I basically stack up these storage rooms, and we'll do that all the way up to the roof for this side, and then this side will be 1 meter below the roof line, just because the roof line is a bit hard to reach up there, so that way it just kind of ties into the roof eave a little bit better. But this is quite a bit of storage, so we're going to do the same thing here, and then we're going to go ahead and stack all of this up and fill in these back walls here. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right now, and because this is chests, we are not going to be having windows back here, so what I like to do is kind of put a normal wood beam, then use my wooden planks facing outward so that it gives the exterior a bit more texture, and that's basically it. That's how I fill in the outer walls, and our only window really is right here, where we do have some nice little shutters here, which just add a lot of texture to the outside, a little windowsill, because this is where the staircase is, so we can let a little bit of view to the outer swamps right there. But with that said, we're pretty much ready to stack both of these up super high with chests, and I'll see you when we're ready for some finishing touches. Alright, so I now have this whole side pretty stacked up and good to go. Similar to that side, we'll add our torches like we did on that side just to light it up to be able to see all the signs. But what I like to do here is essentially just give it that nice clean look just like that side. So what I'll do is grab our 2 meter, I believe these beams are, stack 2 of them on top of each other just like so, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a nice little wall here because we don't need to see these sides of the chests, and it just creates this clean hallway look through there that we could even hang some things on, but not too many things because it will be kind of tight. And then for the front here, all I'll do is just take these little 1 meter high and phase them into that top corewood beam facing outside like so. And that creates the under roof eave edge here. And actually, I liked the look of... I'm trying to debate, because these ones I had facing inward, and these ones I had facing outward. And to be honest, I like them facing outward. It creates a bit more texture. So that's actually what I'm going to do here. I'm going to destroy all of these old ones and put them instead facing outward like that. It's all about trying to create the textural feel that you really like, and that definitely looks nicer with all of them facing outward, so I'm happy with that. Looks really, really great. Now all we need to do is make a little bit of charcoal, and we can put a whole bunch of signs all over them to organize the whole thing. But let me place this back door and finish up this wall of chests, and then we can go ahead and putting signs on all of them. Alright, so a few Valheim days later and many trees later, we have now finished the last bit of storage in here. This side I'm actually just going to leave open rather than closing it off. I'm going to deal with this skeleton really quick so that they don't destroy the bridge supports. But I like the open feel of just leaving that open so you can kind of just come right down here, access all your storage. And I did put some chests underneath the stairs here, which really worked out perfectly. So I'd say I really maxed out the storage here. I really utilized great space. Obviously, I could have had more chests here, but I really liked leaving this a bit more open to create sort of these balconies to overlook the swamp. It just looked really nice, kind of gave it more of a cozy vibe than just a storage box. But otherwise, having the hallways the way that they are right now, having one side of chests accessible from the outside here, creates a really amazing storage house. So I am so happy with the way this turned out. Absolutely love it. It doesn't look too bulky or big. It looks like it really fits in with the vibe of the harbor here, yet we can really fit so much in here. So that's really great. And now I will probably be putting signs on kind of as we go in future episodes, because I kind of, I'll probably be doing signs similar to the signs over here, but just a little bit more specific. So for metal, I'll have a chest for iron, for copper. I'll have food chests, but for meat and other things. And I think most of the food will be stored in the kitchen rather than in here. This will mostly be for excess material and all that good stuff. So with that said, our harbor is nearly complete now. I am very happy with how this has turned out. I'll probably be adding a few more little details in the near future as the episodes go along. Probably some more details maybe to the stairway here. And of course there will be some tree village starting to grow out of this harbor here, which will be really awesome. It's kind of wrapped fully in 360 by these beautiful big swamp trees. So I was kind of thinking little like gazebo huts in the trees, all connected by kind of little drawbridges kind of spanning in between the trees, high enough up so that the boats can still go under them, but to like kind of look out over the ocean there. So I'm definitely very happy with the way things are coming along so far, but I am very happy with Swamp Harbor here. And I'm happy that I can be back on putting more episodes out for you guys. I look forward to next episode where I can bring my brother and sister in and we can continue the adventure aspect of things. So that's basically why I was away for a long time. We were kind of catching up on a lot of stuff. This world is the same seed as the last world, but it actually is a new world. So we kind of took the old world and did a lot of practice in it, got them comfortable with building, taking on all the mobs in the biomes up till the swamp. And then we created this world where the real adventure is going to essentially begin fully. So stay tuned for more episodes, because now is when it's really going to start being interesting. We're going to be creating a whole village here. The Mistlands should be out in the next few months. That's my hope anyway. It's a big update, and all of the Mistlands remains unexplored. Everything here is entirely unexplored, so we're hoping that the Mistlands will kind of spawn into this existing world since we have not explored them already. And with that said, the adventure officially, I'd say, begins now in episode 14. A lot of the other stuff was more tutorial type prep work stuff, and I'll still be doing a lot of tutorials and building videos and things, but as far as the series goes and the Valheim survival, I'm definitely looking forward to really starting the adventure side of things and having a lot of fun with these amazing builds, really utilizing the space. I love this game so much. So if you love this game as much as I do and you are inspired, do consider subscribing. I am very happy to be building a community right now of people who are creative and love games like this. I certainly do. And with that said, I will see you in the next adventure. Cheers, Vikings.